Ladies and gentlemen, the weirdest woman I have ever met, Lori Martin.
I'm not sure if the parents explained that.
I need therapy.
Why aren't you here? You totally missed whatever happened in the corner where you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Guys, cheer how much you thought that was nuts. I'm telling you, I got nothing. I have no idea why that happened, but you only saw it at one angle. They saw it at every conceivable angle. Next time, you know better. All right, I'm done chewing out the internet, and I'm done trying to figure that one out. And with that, I'm going to announce the beginning of our unexpected theme night. It is apparently Far East Night. Because we have Mai Tais, and because we have a tale of two lovers at sea in a very, very different tone. So take a deep breath and cleanse your mental, I will say palate, for Hanashi.
There she stood, toes gripping the crumbling dirt at the edge of the towering seashore cliff. Stretching out as long and as high into the sky as she could, she battled to catch a glimpse of the one light that told her that he was headed home. Her arms shook from the weight of her own beacon, though much lighter now. Still, she forced her hand ever higher, stabbing painfully into the darkness which swirled about her. Her feet were sore and bruised, her legs screamed from the labor of balancing her weight against the shifting of the gales. But the winds were with her, supporting her in the battle with the sea. Her eyes burned from the sting of the monster's salty breath as it lunged and bit at the brittle walls. But the rain fell clean to relieve them. Her shoulders and back ached from the weight of her robes, wet with sweat and tears pouring from the heavens. But the clouds wept frozen tears, trying to numb her pain. Her heart stuttered from the weight of a seeming fate, but each strike the sky delivered to the beast struck her equally as a moment of hope. A hope to see the shadow of the vessel that bore her heart and soul. Its mane whipping wildly, the dragon struggled and thrashed upward, but it could not reach her. With each blow, the serpent began to tear away the base as it yearned to wear away her will. She peered even deeper into its coils, praying that between the sharp, flashing peaks upon its watery back, the spark of hope would twinkle for her. She leaned outward to the sea, straining to be ever closer to him. The ground shuddered from the demon's body, slamming into the cliffside as it doubled its efforts to bring the maiden down. She felt the wind carry her weight for a moment, and then time held its breath. The drops of rain stood still, and the ground felt as if it were not there. She looked down to see if the battle had ceased, only to find her lover, arms held wide, his light shining in one hand, welcoming her into his arms. Weightless now, they flew, skimming across the sea to the bright edge of the storm. There he stood, steadied solidly against the last of the bulky mass of the ship. Planting his feet as deep and as strong into the wood of the deck as he could, he fought to light the last lantern to tell her that he was headed home. His chest burned from the ropes that held him to the mast, though much looser now. Still, he pushed his body ever forward, bracing painfully against the waters, which swirled about him. His hands were raw and torn. His legs screamed from the labor of balancing his weight against the pounding forces. The winds were with him, carrying his craft in his battle with the sea. His skin stung from the lashing of the Leviathan as it pulled and tugged at the precious container. But the rain fell clean to relieve him. His arms shook from the weight of the lamp filled with brine and tears pouring from the heavens. The clouds wept frozen tears, trying to numb his pain. His heart ached from the weight of his seeming fate, but each strike the sky delivered to the beast struck him equally as a moment of hope, a hope to see the shadow of the cliffs that bore his heart and soul. Its scales slashing his face, the dragon curled and rolled around the ship, but it could not tear him away from his pedestal. With each blow, the serpent began to tear away the boards as it strove to tear apart his being. He peered even further out past its coils, praying that between its sharp, mountainous peaks on its watery back, the spark of hope would twinkle with him. He stood fast against the waves, yearning to be ever closer to her. The monster drew back its body to reveal dragon claws and coral, and the boat groaned as it was thrown out and down into his clutches. He felt the wind carry his weight for a moment, and then darkness embraced him. All sound had ceased, and his body felt as if it were not there. He looked over to see his light shining in one hand, and back to find his lover falling to her death. Weightless now, he flew, skimming over the white caps to welcome her into his open arms, then across the sea to the bright edge of the storm.
Hanashi, who I didn't want too much cheering before that amazing story, but a first-time performer on the open stage.
Yes.
In keeping with two things, a first-time performer on the open stage, and our sudden Far East situation.
What's up?
Thomas Jefferson Whisker Nipples.
Yeah! Take it off!
In keeping with our Far East traditions, on the east of the stage we have a chair. No. Well, it's true. It's not really the focus here. Are you ready? You're ready. So you came 2 weeks ago for the first time.
That's correct.
Okay, so like one of my closest friends, the first time we met, you tried to kill me.
I tried to...
Maim me, more accurately.
I think I did maim.
You did. I walked funny for a week.
Wow, so it's like
Whoa, wait a minute.
Wait, I should explain. Okay, so the first time Monkey met me, I suffered an injury of circus proportions,
Sorry!
which looked vaguely like elephantitis now that I think about it.
Oh!
No, too much, too much. All right, backing up. Hang on.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're not!
I'm not sorry. But the first time 2 weeks ago when I met this gent, and he's been feeling terrible about it ever since, so I'm going to publicly say, dude, it's cool. He dropped a contact juggling spear on my foot, making him, like every other contact juggler, a man in progress. I have injured myself so many more times than that. Let it go, dude. We have become amazing friends in a shockingly short stretch of time. And somewhere along the way, he mentioned he was one of my favorite things in the world, a magician. Now actually appearing on the open stage, our very own Brad Engel.
Yes.